go. Hey guys, what's going on? You wondering what's in the black case? Well, I'll tell you, it's heavy. It's not a pizza. It's rare, and it's frickin' expensive. So you guys guessed it, today's video is on the Intelligent Systems AGB-CAPTURE device. And so this is a piece of development equipment that was released by Intelligent Systems. This was to essentially replace the Gameboy 64. The primary reason for that was that they were redesigning the system anyhow because they wanted to incorporate a way of doing screen captures directly from the frame buffer and onto a development PC where it could be saved as a BMP image file. And so with all that development work going into a new PCB design and whatnot, the developers just said, you know what, it seems feasible for us to just completely redesign the system and go with a standalone system that would provide both features of streaming video to a television, but also providing an interface for doing screen captures directly from the game memory of the system. So beside the fact that this system was ridiculously expensive, it actually was released in two different models. First came the SCSI 2 model, followed by the USB high-speed model. So I just want to thank Andrew Borman on Twitter for letting me use these images of his SCSI 2 model. And as you guys can see, the dip switches for setting the SCSI ID are located on the bottom of the unit. And so one thing you'll notice with a lot of Intelligent Systems hardware is that they used SCSI 2 for a majority of their hardware. However, as time went on, USB took over and became the high-speed interface of choice. You would have a development PC that ran on Windows 95, 98 that was running a AGB-CAPTURE software. Now the version that I have here is actually in Japanese. Regardless, the software, as you can see here, while there was a game being executed and run on the unit, you could boot up the software and immediately start performing screen captures, capture as many screen captures as you need, and allowing developers to save those to BMP images and save them locally on the development PC. And on the back of the unit, there's actually a set of dip switches, and those were used for setting the SCSI ID number to prevent any kind of conflict between different and multiple systems. And there was also a set of dip switches that were used for configuring the color correction of the system. And that was primarily used when they would have the unit streaming a game at, say, a gaming expo, allowing the system to look a little bit more vibrant when performing a game demo. Now, another thing I want to talk about today, and that is the 2-pin connector port that's located on the front of the AGB-CAPTURE device. And this was actually similar to the 2-pin connector port located on the front of the Gameboy 64 cartridge. It's usually located on the top corner. And a lot of people assume that this was a connector that was used to provide power to special types of cartridges that were being used by the system. And I read recently for the AGB-CAPTURE device within a Japanese help guide that I translated and read about this 2-pin connector port actually being used for when connecting the AGB-CAPTURE device to a CGB emulator. And so the two systems being released by Intelligent Systems, there is apparently a way of connecting these two systems together and allowing for some special sophisticated debugging practice. And through some further investigation that I performed on some of the Intelligent System hardware, I discovered that the 6-pin connectors provided power on pins 1 and 6, and the debug interrupt line and the reset signal were provided on the center 2 pins. And now I'll be elaborating on that a little bit more when I cover the Intelligent Systems AGB and CGB debugger and also the emulator module. So I'll be talking about that and cover that in more detail in a later video. And that's it. I'm done. That's today's video, guys. It's the AGB-CAPTURE device by Intelligent Systems. So hopefully you enjoyed the demo. And if you guys like what I'm doing here, and you want to see more of this type of content, definitely consider supporting my channel. And in the About section, I've got a support link. And you guys can do a one-time donation there if you like, or a recurring, that'd be awesome. Super excited to be diving into doing some more cool content. And hope you guys enjoy what I'm doing here. So thanks so much, and we'll see you in the next video. Ciao.